Okay, hello, ladies and gentlemen, everything in between and outside, and people that pretend to be animals and inanimate objects, and people who base their entire personality and lives around anime characters. Welcome back to the channel. Uh, if you've been living under a rock or haven't followed anything that's going on with the scene here, I'll just give you a little prepper for what this video is going to be. Uh, so basically, Outfit Wars is coming back, and I think the qualifiers start in a few days on August 3rd. And it's been a pretty radical change. The format has gone from 1v1v1 Cancer to a 1v1 format of 48 versus 48 players. So, with that being said, as you can probably imagine, some people are highly pissed. And they're highly pissed because any leverage that they had to enter this sort of competitive event uh, has gone out of the window, because no longer is it possible for you to create a 96 players versus 48 players scenario. So all the stupid outside leverage stuff that these players could use to king make and really debilitate a third party, that's pretty much gone in this situation. So with that being said, a lot of more casual players, and I don't get me wrong here, there are a lot of casual players in the game that are in casual outfits that are just going to sign up and fucking play it. They don't care about, you know, the level of skill of the players that they're going to play against. They don't care because they're just gamers, man. But what you enter into here is another category of perennial loser mentality. Is Mr. Zealous VS. So from what I know, Zealous came onto my radar and a few others' radar late last year. Uh, we've had some conversations when I was on the pod with Batty and Leroy, and the one with Omninept, and even some discussion with Shocker and Cammy that have occurred. He comes up from time to time, and he's basically been used as an example of someone who is YouTube wise, he's doing well for the game. He The algorithm loves him, that's for sure. And he has these 8, 9, 10 minute clickbaity fucking videos where he doesn't say a lot. He's a very, very average, mediocre player himself. He'll tell you this himself. This is not a slight against the guy. I have nothing personal against the guy. Uh, he was using Grill Games. Grill Games was supplying him video content to play in the background of his earlier videos, and then some people got wind of that and gave him a bunch of shit for it, and that was used as a common slight against him for a while. But he's using most of his own he's using his own video now for his content that he produces. But a lot of it boils down to, and my main complaints about the guy have always been, he doesn't understand like really basic definitions of what things are, and he has this very weird opposite world skewed version of reality when it comes to how to improve as a player. And a lot of his stuff boils down to, let's take all the main talking points that have existed this whole time with the games. Or if you've ever went to go try to be like a good player or something, a lot of those talking points and shit, it's just the same regurgitated shit over and over again. And that's pretty much what this guy does. He runs down the list and regurgitates the shit out of all the same hundreds of things that you've heard before. There's really nothing original here. It's just taking known quantities and known values and plugging them into a new outlet. And Zealous just happens to be that outlet. I'm pretty, as far as I know, he runs a casual outfit on Cobalt. I'm not very familiar with the EU scene at all. I gotta say, not really my thing. So I don't know too much about him outside the game or in the game, really. I just know what I know from his content that he has on his channel. So, anyway, uh, like I said, the outfit wars situation has changed, and some people are not happy about it. Now, a big part of the reason why they're not happy, I already went over it, but this particular example is one that has been taken to the extreme. Now, I was prophesizing what would happen as far back as 6 to 8 months ago, really, and saying, if they do a 1v1 format, I guarantee you that number one, we know they're going to cry, okay, because you've taken away the ability to use outside leverage on the stronger team that's in the game. And when you do a 1v1 format, which is really the only fair competitive way to run this stuff, which big, huge fucking props to Rel and the team for getting their shit technically wise sorted out so they could run this. This is how it should always have been run, in my opinion, because this is a 1v1v1 is by definition not a competitive format. It's an interesting spectacle, which I think is a lot of what Rel is solely interested in, is the spectacle of the game and the back of the box experience. But when it comes down to brass tacks and digging into what competitive is, uh, the 1v1v1 format has always been just not it, brother. And I have I've talked about this a ton. I've done the A-Flick serious Shocker reaction videos that are, those videos on my channel. They're like 4 or 5 hours long that still have no, they're still not labeled with timestamps or anything. So you're welcome. I talk about that a lot in those videos. Basically the whole 1v1v1 thing, how it's fucked. Well, anyway, we're finally getting 1v1, 48 versus 48, and it's not on Desolation or Desolous or whatever the fuck 30-minute intern design map that shit that was. I'm glad to see that go. But yeah, we get to have a new environment for people to play in, and you get to have a fucking actual competitive format. So that's super exciting. One of the only thing I didn't think I was gonna get excited about Outfit Wars, and I'm not like jizzing my pants over it or anything, but I knew what it was going to do. It was going to bring this subsurface conflict between the casual player base and the quote unquote the tryhard players. I knew it was going to bring that to the surface. And we've been calling that, everybody that's in the know with this stuff, we've been calling that shit for over half a year. Like, this is what's going to happen. So, like I said, this is the most extreme example. So basically, this guy, Zealous, was going to join it. He was going to sign up for the tournament and basically pick and choose which matches that he was going to play in. And if he felt that his outfit was not a match, or was going to get stomped or warp gated or have their shit pushed in, he was just not going to show up to the match, which is kind of shitty because these matches are being casted. There's two teams. There's a lot of people doing work behind the scenes. There's all kinds of stuff that goes into this. And having experienced this personally in the season 1 farmers, when Recursion took their ball and went home, this kind of behavior is just super disrespectful, and it's really hypocritical from this guy who always talks about being respectful and everything. Well, part of respecting your opponent is showing up to the fucking match. Okay? That's part of it. Any sporting event, anything like that. I don't know if you guys have played sports. I've played sports my entire life. You shake hands before the fucking game, and when the game's over, whatever the hell it is, shake hands, right? But you're saying, hey, fuck you, fuck the tournament organizers, fuck the other team. I'm not even going to show up. In fact, I'm only going to show up when I think my team has a chance to win against the other team. And I will be the personal arbiter of what I determine my outfit will do to have fun in this tournament. Uh, I will determine who my outfit plays against, and if I feel that we have no chance against the other team because they are salaried professional Planetside 2 players, then we will be taking our ball. Actually, we won't even bring the ball to the basketball court. We'll just fucking not even show up. You won't even see us in the parking lot. And so fuck everyone else. That's basically what you're doing. And naturally, there's as many as there are many deranged lunatics in the Planetside community. There are also a lot of level-headed, smart people, and people that just have, they have a heart and they have something between their fucking ears, and they have a sense of fairness and what is and what isn't competition, and what the spirit of the competition is. And this guy, it's just totally lost on this guy. And there's a lot of people who are coming out and basically taking a fat shit on this guy, which is rightfully deserved. And one of the people that came out and took a fat shit on him is our favorite Cameron Aussie fucking man, Cameron Kamikaze 78 came out. And in one of his recent videos, I'll link both the videos below here. And he pretty much got on his soapbox and shit on this guy for about 10 to 15 minutes or so. Rightfully so. And his basic message was, hey, if this is what you're going to do, don't sign up. And he kept having to say it over and over again. If this is the way that you're going to behave and you're going to treat the competition and treat the event and the people that are putting work into it, don't show up. I mean, that's your plan anyway, is to not show up when you can't get your way and win. But in general, don't even show up to the other matches. Don't enter the tournament. Just don't do it. So there was some back and forth in the comments of that page and everything, and the commies message was always, man, we get the whole casual thing and all this stuff because that's the fallback. The fallback for Zealous here, and you're gonna hear it again because he's got another 10-minute video, which is great for the algorithm and it's great for me to react to. Because it makes a big difference when I'm not reacting to something that's 3 hours long and then my reaction is 5 to 6 hours long. So this is only a 10-minute video. But this is the most recent. He released this video today, I think it was. This was his response to Kamikaze's desperate plea to save some face and don't embarrass yourself. Don't embarrass the entire event. And just don't show up. Okay, so this is his response to that. And I've watched it one time, but I think there's some things, like I mentioned before, the subsurface conflict between casual players and the one percenters, right? And there's some things that this touches on that with, and I think it's kind of important to bring that stuff to light. So I'm gonna start this video here, and if you're missing any context, I've tried to do an okay job of filling you in on the back and forth between this stuff between Cammy and Zealous. I'll link both their videos in the description below. If you want to go ahead and knock those out, you might have seen them already. It might help a little bit more with the context, and more context helps too if you go into the comments in the videos and read down. You get a real general sense of how everyone feels about it. And there's a lot of people on both sides, which is strange. But anyway, I'm going to play the video now and just go along and react to it as I see fit.
Okay, so I think a lot of the larger outfits in Planetside 2 and the casual outfits are going to get entirely stomped. And personally, I'm not willing to fight those outfits because I know how good they are. They are extremely skilled. Even during Lane Smash, when I had like a very good roster relative to what I'd normally run with, we still got stomped by these teams. And now, ironically, the teams would potentially face it better than the Lane Smash teams in some cases, or arguably just as good, depending on how you look at it. Probably a little bit better, like Hydra, for example. And then on the Converse side, you've got less skilled outfits than in Lane Smash.
Okay, so that's kind of a no duh moment. So what he's saying here is there's going to be skilled outfits uh, in the 1v1 outfit, in the upcoming outfit wars. Yes, yes, it's a tournament. There's going to be teams with very skilled players. Yeah, there's going to be teams that don't have very good players that enter and play in it anyway because they have fun playing in it. Uh, this guy has this general. I feel like I should let it play a little bit more so you get more context on what he's saying here. But this is how he starts his, and I want to remind you that this video is titled Kamikaze 78 Outfit War Drama Casuals versus Pros in Planetside 2. And just keep in mind that this is supposed to be a video about casuals versus pros in Planetside 2, but there's not really much talk about. There's just talk about like of course there's going to be good play. There's good players in Planetside 2, and they tend to, ball up in skill fits. You see them because they want to play with people that are like them. They don't want to play with casuals. Because it's not enjoyable. Like when you can't trust the guy next to you to hold the door behind you because he's a casual shitter and he can't aim or anything. That's nothing personal against that guy, but I'm gonna then die because that guy can't do his job, and those people don't want to play with people like that. Uh, so when there's a shift to a 1v1 tournament, now the deep fucking reality sets in for these people. Okay, because when it's potentially 96 versus 48, totally fair. Competitive event. Cool. Great. Good job, Rel. But when the format changes and magically becomes 48 versus 48, and then the less skilled players that rely on the other 48 to help them win, they're not there anymore. Where are they? What are we going to do? Oh fuck. Uh, we might actually have to go up against and get in gunfights against equal numbers? uh, and you have to keep in mind that this mentality, this absolute horror of being in an even match or symmetrically balanced event comes from these people roll around on live in these Zerg fits, and I use that as a pejorative. These shitball Zerg fits of absolutely terrible players. They roll around and get this false sense of I'm a winner, I'm winning, because fuck, I play late nights, like really late night, early morning. And there be continents that have a 4896 rolling down a lattice lane, and it's me and two other guys like spawning in to fight it. And the yell, it would be one thing if they were quiet about it, if they didn't say anything. But this attitude that they have about it is holy fuck, you're getting owned, we're winning. And it's not just those people, it's these kind of people too. Because the reason that these people are playing Planetside and the reason that they're in a Zerg fit and the reason they play this way is because this is the only game they can have success in. They can't take their skills in this game, which they have none, and go play any other fucking game because they're the guys at the bottom of the scoreboard in every other fucking game doing nothing. You see it over and over and over and over again. Because number one, they're not FPS players. Number two, they don't care about getting better. And number three, they rely on the developer to make everything all better for them. And we're going to get into that too, because there's a big, big fuck you to these people that we constantly have to hear. You guys don't understand the 1% and the people that are crying out to Rel about the state of this game and what he's doing to it are constantly year after year told, um, this patch is just not for you. This is just not for you. How many times do we have to hear that, right? And it's very ironic that this is something now with the 48v48 thing, with the 1v1 and outfit wars, that you can actually turn this shit around on these guys that zerg around the fucking game mindlessly, coloring in the map like a Crayola fucking coloring book adventure, who are so always smug and happy to say to you, well, this game must just not be for you then. If you want symmetrical balance, go play Call of Duty or CS:GO or an arena shooter, which they don't even know what the fuck any of that is. Um, but it's very, oh god, it's like it's poetic and sweet that at some point here during this event, and even before it even starts, you can turn right back around to them and say, well, maybe this event just isn't for you. And holy shit, the casual players don't, man, they don't want to hear that shit. Because 99% of the fucking content and the direction of this game is for the casual player, especially under Rel. Okay? Everything that's been put in the game, patch after patch after patch after patch, the changes, the fucking shit added to the game, it's all for you already. Okay? So do you see the weird thing when like the 1% finally like get this one little fucking breadcrumb of holy shit, I keep trying to say Overwatch. The outfit wars thing is actually like maybe a real competitive event now. Holy shit. And the casual community is like, um, excuse me, I don't think so. I want to see the fucking manager right now. I can't believe you're doing this. And it's so funny to me. It's just, I mean, we all knew it was coming, but holy shit. The toxic casual, every single fucking thing has to be catered directly to this player base. Okay? Now, on my side, we get a lot of shit because we have to do a lot of complaining because we don't get anything in this game. Absolutely fucking nothing. So we're always sitting there fighting and bitching and moaning about how we don't get anything and you're not interested in doing anything for us. Yet on the other side of it, there's this imagination that exists among Zealous and players like him that there's so many things in the game that are being put in the game that we're pushing the game in a more esports competitive direct. Like, what the fuck? What are you talking about? Huh? What game are you playing? I don't understand. But yeah, maybe this event just isn't for you, Zealous, because it's a tournament and pretty much anybody can join. So oh fuck, that means good players might play against me, and I can't leverage having 3 or 4 to 1 pop against. Oh fuck, that's basically what this boils down to. Now he's gonna go into some bullshit crocodile tears about it's so ridiculous that if I make my players get stomped in a 1v1 outfit wars game that takes about, I don't know, maybe a half a fucking hour, if that, because we're going to get stomped anyway and warp gated, um, they're going to burn out and quit the community. What the fuck are you talking about? If your community members are that fucking soft and have this loser mentality, like, good fucking riddance. Burnout. Leave. Who cares? I don't fucking care.
Which are going to be playing a lot of casual outfits, which I don't think people really understand what they play for. We don't play for the competitive nature of Planetside. We play to have fun, we play for good vibes, and we play because we enjoy the game. And
Cool. And you know what? That's exactly what the sweaty tryhards are playing to do too. They're playing for good vibes, except they get their good vibes from headshotting 4 people in a row. You know, bam, 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 bam. You know, having a good fucking tracking event, or fucking flicking through a bunch of guys, or farming a bunch of shit players like you have in your outfit at a fight who think they just get to drop a bunch of pop on a base and win it for free. That's the good vibes that people like me and those other players get. And we're so thankful for you to provide that content for us, okay? And people like me and stuff, we're not necessarily playing for the competitive nature of it. Our competition is against ourselves. Uh, to improve, to consistently improve, to get better, to be better than you were yesterday. To put yourself in situations where you have to challenge yourself to get better at what you're doing and work on your craft. And I get it, a lot of casual players don't see it that way. Number one, because they don't see the game as an FPS game, and they think that they die in gunfights because of their loadout, or they have the wrong implant, or they have the wrong gun, or you see this shit all the time. Like go watch Clutch USA on Twitch. The man, I have nothing personal against the guy, cool guy, uh, but loses a shit ton of gunfights. What's the first thing he does? Oh, got to change my gun. Oh, got to change my loadout. Like, these people are so autistic and spurgy about their fucking loadouts and their implants and their gear that they're all set up because they live in this fucking fantasy world where they're playing like some crazy like RPG where any of this shit fucking matters. And then you have the good players that go log onto a brand new character. They have dogs, they have nothing. They have the starter gun, no fucking implants, no gear, no nothing, nothing sorted out, and they farm the shit out of these people. So I can't imagine like what the disconnect is, like when one of those autistic fucking Tarkov inventory management simulator people sees someone do something like that. And it's just so strange to me. I don't know, man. But like I said, the we're all playing the game for fun. I know you want to paint it that we're not, that there's a big section, or not really big, but a small section of the player base that's playing it competitively, like to make money or something, or to be a professional in the game. I got news for you, man. There's no such thing as a pro player in Planetside 2. I've had to say this before in my video against Sirius when he made a 17-minute video about me, and I responded to it. I said, you know what, Sirius? There's no pro players in the game. Everyone's a fucking amateur, man. It's just that some amateur players are better at killing people than you are. And that's basically what it boils down to. And some people take the game a little bit more seriously because they have an inner drive to improve. And the what these guys do is they separate that out and they say, well, if you're playing like that, then you're not playing for fun. Well, they are playing for fun. You just don't understand it because that's just not what you do. So yeah, all these people, all the people that I've come up and played with that have pushed for self improvement and getting better at positioning, gunplay, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, we're playing for fun because if the game wasn't any fun when you're doing that, we would stop playing the game, which a lot of people have, but that's because the game is constantly made less fun by people in charge of it. So we'll move on.
And I think a lot of people really have maybe lost touch with that, and they've.
You know who's lost touch with all this stuff is the casual player base. The one percenters, man, like your sweaty players, they know what they want out of the game. And they understand the problems that the game has and potentially solutions to fix that. The casual players that you're talking about here, they don't care. They just play the game because it's something for them to do. It looks pretty. They like the spectacle of it. They have a box to check on a directive that keeps them playing. They have a daily mission to do. They're not really attached to the game. They might even be in his community, they might be way more attached to the community than they are the actual game. So the disconnect here, and here's another thing too. All those sweaty tryhard players, as you call them, they were all casual shitters once. Okay? So they have been in your position. I know you don't want to hear this, but all of these types of players were casual shitters once. We all were. We all started there. And then we grew out of that and we got better, and now we occupy the position that we have now. So you have this situation where you have a section of the player base, like the people that you denigrate by calling sweaty tryhards. Those people have the understanding of both sides of the coin. They do. They were casual once. They lived that life. They came up. They grew as a player, mechanically, mentally, all that stuff came out of that, and now they're where they are now. so they can see both sides. The problem is the casual players that never grow out of shit. They're the same players they were in understanding in mechanics in the first 200 hours of the game that they are in hour 3000. Those players only have one half of the perspective. Do you see the issue here now? Because I'm real fucking tired of hearing about how the players on my end of the spectrum are out of touch with reality. No, we live in reality and we've played both versions of the reality and we're currently occupying this one. You're missing half the picture. You don't understand this entire other half. So if there's anyone that's missing the full picture or who is out of touch, it's you toxic casual players. And you can tell they're out of touch because of the quantity of updates and things in the game that are specifically catered to them and that group. Granted, it's the majority of the player base. I got it, good. But going full tilt 1000% in that direction has not been good for the game. It hasn't. The game is not any better than it was 3 years ago, 6 years ago. It's still just as unfun to play. It still runs like shit. The servers still run like shit. The quality of the updates is still as bad as it ever was, and any gains you have in terms of performance are erased because apparently no one that works on the game knows how to code or to deal with the code of the game. Yeah, like demonstrating being out of touch is having constant shit put in the game for your type of player, which that's the casual in this case, in this game. You're constantly given everything, and you still whine. And then there's one fucking little thing in the game now. We have this one small thing where one tiny rule set change happened to Outfit Wars, which has happened, what, 3 times now? So you've had multiple iterations of a very shitty format, non-competitive garbage event. And now for the first time, we're going to have a symmetrically balanced 1v1 outfit versus outfit, 48 versus 48. And you would think that like you just killed one of their family members. Because at the end of the day, if the toxic casual detects that not every single thing in the fucking game is being devoted to him or her, then all hell breaks loose.
Kind of thought of Outfit Wars as something that's purely competitive, rather than accept that also there's going to be.
It's a competition. It's a tournament. It is inherently competitive, and it is inherently more competitive as a 48v48.
Outfits that join which want to play casually. At the same time, however, I think it's
If you want to join Outfit Wars 48 versus 48 and play casually, that's perfectly fine. Don't expect to fucking win it all. Okay? Expect to lose. You're probably going to lose.
important to like listen to other people and also try to be respectful,
which you do neither of. You don't listen to other people, and you talk about respect. This is one of the things that really aggravates me about this fucking little turd, is he constantly backtracks and gaslights and goes and like talks about respecting other people and everything, while at the same time, reading in between the lines about like what he does shows that he doesn't have any respect for the people that are putting it on. He doesn't have any respect for the other competitors. He might have respect for some of the other midfits that he wants to play against, but he'll respect them, but he's not going to come to the table and actually play a fucking video game against people that he deems to be substantially more skilled. That's not very respectful, man.
which I always am.
You're not.
I think that personally, we're just not going to
I'm Napoleon Bonaparte.
sign up for Outfit Wars.
You can say whatever the fuck,
I just
man.
don't think that this is going to be worth it for us as a casual outfit if people are going to behave in this angry way.
They're not behaving in an angry way because they're inherently angry at casuals. Okay. I am inherently angry at casuals because I see the developers and the publishers of these games these days sucking the dick of the casual, and I see the quality of their games going in the shitter. That's why I'm angry at casuals, okay? The people that are angry at you, Zealous, are angry at you because you are demonstrating a very infantile, childish fucking look at what is meant to be a competitive event. And they're laughing at you and making fun of you because you have a loser mentality. And a lot of players like you in the community have a big fucking loser mentality because you've been brought up in the game thinking that you're good at anything, which you're not. And a lot of your player base, they're casual, having fun and all, but you guys probably don't really care that much about when you're rolling down a lattice line with 96 plus against 10 guys. You probably don't care about the fairness of it or how much fun you're going to have or if your play style, how you're playing the game affects the way people view the game and log in. I know you probably don't care about it in that situation because you're a big winner and you're coloring in the fucking map. But it's real fucking hypocritical to go on the other end of it when it comes to outfit wars here and say that, oh, us getting stomped by skilled players and players who care is going to potentially ruin our community. Like, eat shit. Shut up. You're a fucking loser. And the people that are in your outfit that follow you and agree with you, they're fucking losers too. So if there's anybody in his outfit that's watching all this shit, like if I was a casual and I'm like in this outfit watching this whole thing play out, I'm like, man, get me the fuck out of here. Get me into an outfit of like anyone else. This guy is a loser, and you should do your best to get away from this guy. Okay, get all the fucking losers out of your life.
And so I'm gonna watch from the sidelines. I'm gonna watch the SKLs of the game and the digs. And
Yeah, and you know what? They're not gonna. They're just gonna play. They're just gonna play in it. And will they get fucking stomped? I mean, there's a pretty good chance that if they come up against the higher tiered fucking outfits, they're gonna get their shit pushed in. But guess what? They're probably not gonna whine and piss their pants about it like you have and threaten to boycott certain matches and all this shit. Because they're not a little fucking whiny infant crybaby like you are. I know you pretend not to be, but that's exactly what you are. And you're fake, your authority is fake, your channel is lame. Like, it's just I'm so tired of this guy, man.
that I'm not gonna mention any more, but there's plenty of these outfits go against these salty tryhard outfits. I'm gonna see them burn out.
They're not gonna burn out. They're gonna get their shit stomped in and they're gonna go right back to live and do the same fucking thing like the hive mind SKL is the entire fucking time they've played the game. They're gonna they're gonna get beat in a competitive event, but it's I gotta burn out. You don't even know what you're talking about. They're gonna burn out. I mean, how big of an outfit full of pussies does this guy run? Does anyone know? I'm not familiar with him, but to me, the way he makes them sound is this is the biggest like Care Bear outfit of pussies that exists in the game. Someone help me out here.
I'm gonna see myself proven right, but at the same time,
Proven right that they're gonna burn it, but they're not. You're gonna be you're gonna see over time that you're the big fucking prophecy man who's gonna foresee that these lesser skilled outfits are gonna burn out and be mad at the like. Yeah, but they're gonna go right back to live and do the same thing, and they're not. It's not gonna be a big deal.
we're not gonna be involved in it because I don't think that I want to fall on the sword or the proverbial sword in order to prove a point. I'm not that masochistic.
You don't have a point to prove. That's the whole thing here. You falling on the proverbial sword would just be you falling into fucking air because there's nothing for you to fall on. There's no sword there, Zealous. There's nothing for you to fall on. Okay? In this case, you're just going to fall on the ground and scrape your knee and probably get burned out from, I don't know, falling too hard or something.
Again, we play this game casually, we play it for fun, and I really, really wanted to play against RBRN and RE4 and Bros and all of the TR midfits. I genuinely was excited and interested to play against those, but in a somewhat casual way. We show up on the day, we organize everyone into squads, and we're like, hey, can you please play medic? Can you please play heavy? And maybe we post some ESFs or whatever I decide to do on that day. And that's kind of how we were going to approach it. And that's how I think a lot of those casual outfits are going to approach it. They have no idea what they're signing up for against these salty teams. But I'm not going to be the person to protest this.
But you are. No one else has made like this big spectacle of it as you have. You're not going to be the person to protest this? It's too late, man. The biggest content creator in the game had to make a fucking monologue calling you out for being a fucking loser in his last video. So this is another thing I hate about this guy is like he'll make some dumbass statement or some stand that just is completely dumb. And then you'll come into it and be like, here's why you're wrong. Blah 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 blah. Right? Don't even have to insult them. Just by the numbers, here's why you're fucking wrong. And then what does he do? Get the train, get it. We're backing up. He's got to go. He starts walking it back. He's very like passive, doesn't want any conflict. He starts walking his shit back, and then he'll just claim that, well, you don't understand what I'm trying to say, or we agree to disagree, or and there's some things where you're just wrong. It's not just a we agree to disagree. You're just factually incorrect. Your opinion is wrong. I hate to tell you, but you're just wrong about this type of thing. And he's not. He doesn't respond. He's a mild-mannered dude, and he doesn't respond in the way that a lot of other people would respond. But it's still very. It still seems very scripted, and there's just something about the guy like. It's very inauthentic, and I've always felt that way. This is going back, 7, 8, 9 months. I just always got that air of inauthenticity about this guy. So if you ever interact with him in his comments or anything, then you're pretty much wasting your fucking time, because he's just gonna backtrack away from it, and then you're not gonna get anywhere. And I have friends that have had DMs with the guy, where it just doesn't fucking go anywhere. It just goes in a circle.
Because, again,
but yes, you have already made the stand. Okay?
I don't want to fall on the sword. I'm going to let the other outfits that have less anger thrown at them do that if they want to. And I'm just going to sit from the sidelines and watch.
See, but this is the thing, too. Your outfit doesn't have anger thrown at them because of the existence of them being in your outfit. Your outfit members are, I don't even know if this is true, they have anger, and you have anger being thrown at you and your outfit because you are the leader of the outfit and therefore the representative of the outfit. You have shit being thrown at you because you hold a stance that is very fucking lame. You have a real big loser mentality. And the people in the community have very easily identified this because you've just come out and said, hey, I'm a big fucking loser. I only want to fight in the matches that I can have fun in. And anything else other than that, I'll be taking my ball and going home because I'm a pussy. So that's, believe it or not, that's real easy to see. And there's a lot of people that fucking saw it. So they're going to make fun of you. And they're going to be angry at your lack of respect for the event. And you can sit and lie through your teeth every fucking day, all day, every day, and say that you're always respectful and all this other bullshit, but you're just not. And the things that you say and the actions that come out of it, they indicate where you are. not okay, I can say whatever I want and then I can just say, well, I'm always this or that. That's not how it works.
watch. There are very skilled ESF players in this game, and like relatively skilled tank players. There's a lower skill ceiling associated with that,
True.
obviously, relative to ESFs. And also, on top of that, all the skilled infantry players, I think is going to make a very competitive environment at that high end. I really genuinely am excited to watch, Rakajin vs. B-Way. I think that'll be a really fun match to watch. I think some of these other
He does bring up a good point here. Like those the quote unquote good outfits and stuff. I think those will be much more interesting to watch because you get to actually see like the conflict between the two, and there's no outside leverage or bullshit. It's all that's wiped away and then gone. So you just get to see the raw fucking outfit versus outfit, the way this shit always should have been, and not this stupid ass three-way stuff. So yeah, I would be interested to watch that. And the 1v1v1 stuff, the only reason I ever watched any of that was to watch like people that I consider my friends doing it, like Shockter, watching him do the cast, or Kami when he did his. Um, but other than that, like the event to watch was kind of ass. And I'm actually interested to see how this one's gonna go. I think it'll be interesting to watch the higher end stuff. And to be honest, it'll be interesting to see how the mid tier guys play against each other. And I mean, I guess we have to get into like how you would tier off because this guy asked for a bracket for stuff like that. But I mean, at the end of the day, how do you do that in this game? Like I don't think you can I don't think you can. Like the suggestion is to do it by IVI, but I I don't know if that really works.
Emerald outfits against each other will be fun to watch. And likewise on Cobalt, I really look forward to watching Hydra vs Hot, and I'm also interested in seeing Dwar or Dior, however you want to say it, fight because they're really good in vehicles. And I'm really interested to see how that all works out. So I'm interested in watching Outfit Wars from a viewer's perspective. I think it will be fun. Watching those matches, and likewise, I think from a casual perspective, it would have been really fun to fight an outfit wars, but I don't want to ban out part of my outfit for this. For those that don't know, we probably have one of the most, if not probably, yeah, one of the most active communities in the game. We play loads of other games than just Planetside, although Planetside is still like one of our main games. Yeah, we play a lot right now. Our community is actually pretty big. It's very active. And I wouldn't want to damage that. I really like offering the value that this community offers, and with the amount of time investment that it takes, which is pretty minimal.
Are you actually saying that if you subject your community and your team that you put together for this to losing handily to a better team, that this is going to fracture your community and their egos are just not going to be able to endure losing because they're so used to sitting in a fucking Zerg ball winning? Is that really the case you're trying to make? That's embarrassing.
For me, it's like really worth it. I enjoy doing it. I like having that community there and offering that value. It's something that I do in my spare time with no, there's nothing to gain from it for me other than like people to play with, which is nice. But really, I could just go join another community if that's the only reason I did it. I think a lot of people in this community, because it is like an older group of people, have got rather vitriolic, angry, and jaded, and they kind of have lost touch with really this game is meant to be for everyone. It's meant to be something for casuals as well.
And it is. And 99% of the development goes to that. What's your That's already the way that it is.
Well, guys, I know it sucks to hear. People don't want to hear it and they want to bury their heads in the sand. But
No one's burying their heads in the sand. We understand this. We understand that the lead game designer doesn't care about the 1%. He doesn't care about skill. He doesn't care about any of that stuff. Absolutely doesn't care whatsoever. And he has come out and literally said that all he cares about is the back of the box experience, which is wholly centered around the casual experience. There's no misinterpretation here of where we think the game is devoted to, where the development is going. That shouldn't be a secret to anyone. No one's burying their head in the sand. We have our heads above the sand and we see that 99% of the fucking game is devoted to casuals. And then you take your fucking foot as my head's sticking out of the sand and shove my fucking head back into the dirt and say that me even having my head above the sand is just too much. Because God damn it, this is a casual game. This game's for casuals. Stop trying to have anything, you fucking loser.
We should be able to participate and just not show up to those really skilled matches because they are.
But this is the thing, man. Everything in the game is already catered to you and centered around you. The live play is fully catered to fucking people who roll around in Zergs all day. That's the core of the game right now. That's the entire gameplay loop. That's who's rewarded the most. Fuck. Outfit Wars for 3 iterations. What is it, almost 2 years now? Is 1v1v1 dog shit. Non-competitive dog shit. Where shit-ass outfits like KN1 and fucking 2RAF can king make against like actual legitimately better players that are in 69 KD. Like, how many matches of that did we have to watch? Like, that format is dog shit. And it's catered to the letting the worst players fucking have an impact in the game and win. We have that everywhere, all over the place. It fully permeates all the game balance in the entire fucking game, except for the 2x headshot multiplier, which, thank fucking God we have the 2x headshot multiplier, or that is like the last bastion of anything for skilled players in the game. Like, every single fucking thing in the game is catered to you and your community. But because the third or fourth iteration of semi-competitive event that the developers put on happens to be a 1v1 48 versus 48 where you might play against good players, that's when the fucking that's DEFCON 1 for you guys. And we're the guys that are out of touch? It's got to be me, man. I mean, these guys, these casual players have their heads so far up their fucking asses, sniffing their own farts, man. Made to think that they're so special and they're so gifted. You know, we get to win all the time, everything's for us, and then you do one little fucking thing that is contrary to that. Oh my God. Holy shit. It's bizarre. And yes, we're the ones that are out of touch with reality. I don't think so, man.
Are going to be stomps. We're going to be sitting in the warp gate and we're going to get farmed. You're literally not going to be able to leave the spawn.
Yep.
Anyway.
Yep, and it's going to be over quick, and you're going to lose and move on to the next match. And that's what it's going to be. You're going to take those matches, you're going to go into them, you're going to get your ass stomped because you don't care about making any of your players better, because you don't know how to make any of your players better, because you have no authority. You don't understand what it means to be a good shooter in this game or a good player at all. You just vomit out what you've seen other players do. You're not a leader. You're a pretender. And it shows more and more. This kind of attitude, you're not a fucking leader, man. You're a coward and a pretender.
Regardless, I don't want to argue about that with people because it's going to be evident enough in 2 weeks anyway.
There's no argument to be made. No one's making the argument that way lesser skilled teams are going to get curb stomped by the good teams. No one's making that argument. So you have no explanatory power here or predictive ability. You know, we already understand that's going to happen. We understand that, and we have, come to terms with that, and so have the other teams, but you haven't done that yet, and you can't come to terms with that, which is, you're just deranged.
Rather It's like there's no point arguing about right now. It really is just
Because there's no argument.
going to be proofs in the pudding in 2 weeks. Now again, I think
He's so stuck on like, I'm gonna be proved right. I'm gonna be proved right. What's your point? That shitty teams are gonna lose to good teams? Sure, but and wait, there's gonna be some shitty team that beats a good team. It's gonna happen. You know, if shit like that didn't happen, that's why you play the games. Like the games aren't played on paper. If like worse teams didn't beat better teams, like why would you even play anything? Like that's gonna happen. Some shitty team is gonna go in there and dick stomp. Well, maybe not dick stomp, but they're gonna pull out a close win and they're gonna beat somebody who everybody fully expects to win. It happens all the fucking time. Okay. And you know the sad part is that Zealous's outfit could maybe be one of those teams, but he's such a fucking loser that he's not even going to give him a chance to do that. So
outfits should be able to do what they want if other teams.
and they can, but it's a competitive event that you're going to sign up for, and in competitive events that you sign up for, you might have to play other people who are better than you.
Want that have less of a limelight on them, want to not attend those really skilled outfits, I think they should be able to. I don't think that teams should be punished for not playing against what is essentially a bunch of really skilled Jaeger players. I've also separately noticed, and I'm going to kind of mention this to Kamikaze as well, I think like there's been this adversarial attitude that a lot of these skilled players have had towards casuals and people that like
And I've been over this multiple times in this video already. So, but that's why is because we're tired of seeing every single thing in every single game be catered towards this specific group of players, from development, from publishers, and then we're watching the quality of our games that we play go to absolute shit. And we have to endure this until casual players develop standards, any fucking standards at all. And we're tired of waiting for you guys to get any fucking standards. And we're tired of playing these shit games that get shit out by these devs and publishers. But we just have to keep fucking eating it because you guys don't have any standards and you won't stand for anything because you're just casual. You know, you don't give a fuck.
just play the game casually. And I just really don't think it needs to exist. I don't think that people should be looked down on or thought worse of simply because they play casually. Like, people constantly complain about casual outfits, quote unquote Zarg fits in Planetside, but they fail to realize that's most of the people.
Yeah, most people are casual, but most people being casual in this specific game makes most people play like absolute fucking shit stains. Because that's how the casual player plays in this game. The casual player makes the play experience the most unenjoyable play experience that you can have in the game.
Most people are just playing the game after a few days and they want to log on and play a bit. They don't want to like play super competitive. And I think it's like really crazy that people have forgot that like
And they don't have to in this game because you just get in a big Zerg ball and go down a lattice lane. You might have to fight like one or two players that spawn in and you're going to lose every gunfight. But this is the whole, this gets to the whole fucking core of it, is these people don't want to face any adversity at all or any challenge or friction in a PvP fucking shooter game. Like nothing. But then I ask you, why are you playing this kind of game?
like you don't have to be competitive at everything. Sometimes you can just do something for
You don't.
fun. And I think the contention really is outfit was meant to be just for competitive players, the Jaeger players, or is it really for everyone? Because as far as I see it is meant to be for large outfits as well. It's meant to even be for mid.
It could be for large outfits, but large outfits have this problem where they don't care about their players. They win through the game not having any fucking balance. That's how the large outfits win stuff, okay? They don't win because they're better logistically. They don't win because they're better tactically. They don't win because they're better movement-wise. They don't win because they're better shooting guys. they lose all of those categories because all of the things that like the tactical fucking people, what the tactical fucking role players don't realize is that the sweaty tryhard infantry players are by definition better tactically than you are too. And that's a word that you like to hijack to try to make up for your lack of ability as a player, but the players that are killing you like that, they're also better tacticians as well. Uh, your only tactic is to dump 9-1 odds on them. I mean, does that make you fucking Sun Tzu? In your mind, it does.
It fits. It's not.
But Outfit Wars is for everyone. It just so happens to be that there's a very, 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 very large section of the community that happens to be really fucking bad at doing things that are actually important in a 48 versus 48. Or I mean shit, even if it was 24 versus 24, or if it was 12v12, or if it was 10v10, or it was 8v8 or 6v6, all the way down. You guys are bad at the core aspect of the game. And it only has a chance to really show itself through in a real format like a 48 versus 48 with no outside bullshit. That's your fucking problem. Your big, large outfit problem. That's the problem you're dealing with.
Meant just to be for the really skilled outfits. And so, I don't know. We'll see how it ends up. Maybe it won't even be this season. Maybe it'll be next season where people start to complain more about this issue once it's all not being associated with certain people to have certain opinions, which I'm like concerned is the case. And also like casual people generally don't speak up as much. Casual players like generally, again, they're not as invested.
Yeah, the SKL guys and shit that you brought up earlier that they're gonna get burned out from being beaten. They're not gonna say shit. They're just gonna play in their matches. They're gonna take their ass beatings and then they're gonna beat people. So, but they're just gonna play it and move on. They're not gonna sit here and whine and cry that they have to play against actual real fucking players in a non-fucked competitive format.
So you'll hear like a really skewed response on Reddit of certain opinions. Overall, I think that Outfit Wars has the potential, if there's brackets, to be really fun. I think the brackets probably is the answer to.
I mean, what he's asking for is another casual fucking. We need SBMM. We need to separate good players from bad players. Like
all of this to have like a more casual bracket and then a more tryhard bracket, whether that's determined by IVI score or that's determined by like also vehicle competence in some. I don't know how exactly you would measure that for aircraft.
it's stupid, and it doesn't need to happen. You guys just might have to fucking. I don't know. Since casual players have so many, they talk about how they're so casual, but I run into casual guys all the time who have triple the playtime I have, and they're still awful. It's like maybe you just spend like 0.5% of your time in game staring at a spawn room to like maybe shooting a little bit better or moving a little bit better. Or I mean, God, I mean, I know. It's just I know it's a lot to ask, but fuck. I'm sorry. I asked.
I think that even aircraft players even disagree on that from time to time, from what I understand. So it's a bit more difficult to measure that, and that's why normally I'd say just measure it by IVI score. That'd probably be like an easy way to do it. But yeah, I think there needs to be some way in which casual outfits can compete without getting stomped in the way they're going to. So like I was really going to look forward to playing Outfit Wars. It genuinely was something I was going to have fun in against a lot of these outfits. But again, I wasn't willing to do that at the cost of fighting these extremely skilled outfits, which I knew were going to burn people out. And if that is something that people can't accept, then I just won't sign up the outfit and we just won't compete.
It's not that we're not accepting it. It's that we all think it's stupid and lame. And we think you're a big fucking loser and have a real shitty loser mentality. It's not that we don't accept it. We don't have a choice. You're going to be a big fucking loser and have a big fucking loser mentality no matter what we think. We're just laughing at it.
Because like 95% of our members are playing just to support the outfit. They're not playing for the competitive environment. They have no interest in playing competitively. They're purely there for fun and to support the community. And if we can't do that,
I mean, we're only there to support and have fun with the community, if we can win.
without banning people out, then I don't think that it's a good idea to sign up. So we're just not going to. I can
Good.
always just play on alts on other outfits anyway, so it's not even a big deal to me. And I can tell the other people that really want to play in that competitive format to do the same. So it's not even like a big deal for us, I guess. But
It's not a big deal, but let's just make a big deal out of it. But it's not a big
yeah,
deal.
like it's a shame. I think that we really could have had a lot of clutch matches against a lot of these teams, and people would have been surprised. Last time we beat RV4 and Bros in the match, for example, I really think we could have probably stood pretty competitively against those kind of teams, and people would have been pretty surprised. And like, I really wish that we could fight those kind of teams. Like, I genuinely would have liked to play them, but yeah, we just can't without.
And we just can't. We can't only fight the teams that we feel confident enough to win and have fun against. We're gonna have to fight those other damn teams.
Also having to fight those skilled teams. If
Like, is this the reality that I live in? That I just listen, I just listen to someone say this unironically, like,
can't without also having to fight those skilled teams. If because again, maybe
what the fuck happened? Somebody's got to tell me what the fuck happened, man. Where where did this train get derailed?
we could get away with not fighting them and we wouldn't get banned or nothing bad would happen. But I'm not one to risk it. I have a really we've been blessed as a community to have such a great, solid community, and I wouldn't want to risk that just for outfit wars. I think that would be rather dumb of me. Now, I'd be interested, like, what is everyone else's thoughts on this? Feel free to leave them in the comment section. I was very impressed with the last Outfit Wars video that I did. That there was only one guy, which wasn't even that bad, that didn't just address the topic, which is why I ask only again. I don't mind if people disagree with me. As long as people don't go, just don't make things personal. Just stick to the topic logically. I know a few people found it difficult and had to set that boundary. But as long as you literally just don't get like really antagonistic, you're not going to get banned. So feel free to leave your comment. As always, feel free to like the video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. It helps a bunch. I'm out. GG.
All right, that's it from me, guys. That's my perspective on it and a bunch of other things. Sorry for the lack of videos lately. I have a lot of stuff going on life-wise. I am currently. I'm gonna be uploading 2 videos today. I'll be uploading this video and a re-upload of the QA prompt video. And for those of you who haven't caught me on a live stream or on Twitter or something, the last QA prompt video that I did. So what happens is I let it stew and ruminate for a couple days, and then I unlist it, and then I take the fucking questions down and I put them in a thing and order them and get ready to record the video that way. Well, this time when I unlisted the video, my fucking comments all disappeared. And then I played around with it, made it public again, made it private, made it public, and whatever I did, I couldn't get the fucking comments to reappear at all. So I lost all the fucking questions and comments and everything from that video. And I was like, fuck. So I guess fuck me and fuck you guys. So I'll be doing that again. Yeah, I'll be uploading that. That'll be the second video. I don't know what order these are going to upload in, but there'll be this video and the QA prompt video. Other than that, I'm still very slowly working on I'm finally making a response video to the Rel interview with Deeg from several months ago. It's a scripted video. It's not at all like this. Like this reaction to this video is just me sitting here watching the video and reacting in real time. There's no script, no nothing. But the Rel interview with Deeg, I think I wanted to do something a little bit differently with that. Um, so there is a script for that video, and it's not going to be a regular react that is like a hugely long amount of time. So I expect that video to be somewhere between like 25 to 45 minutes or so when it's all said and done. But it is I'm actually putting a lot of time and effort into that, and it's taking a long time. Like I said, I'm busy with real life stuff a lot this summer, and other than that, I've had a lot of apathy when it comes to doing content for this game again because I'm not having fun playing the game and it's extremely unenjoyable. But maybe this is the drive to get back and start really pounding it out, brother. But anyway, as always, I appreciate you guys. Thank you for the subs. If you're new to the channel, if you're old here at the channel, I always appreciate your likes, your comments as well. So yeah, thanks. Thanks for hanging out, guys, and watching this, and I'll see you again very soon.